Hey everybody, good afternoon. I'm here to do an analysis on Bitcoin, the S&P 500, and Nasdaq. As always, keeping it very simple, straight to the point, as much as I possibly can. Before I get into any of this, of course, as you all know, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, and I'm just giving my opinion on the market. So let's go ahead and get into it. Take a look at how things are going. So I've got the S&P 500 here. We've been looking at this for a while now. Not a whole lot has changed. Of course, we do have the scenario where we've got a big drop-off that can be happening any time now. I do want to kind of take a look at a couple trend lines here. Back around the middle of August, I said that it's very likely we were going to do an overthrow and then we would fall. And that's really exactly what happened. We had this overthrow up here above the trend line, which we have a nice trend line touches here, here, and here, and then also here. Great basis for that trend line, and we had a great throw over. So we had the throw over above that trend line, and then we fell. Sorry, I had a call coming in. I guess that's the problem with doing some of these things live. Okay, well anyway, so we have a nice correction that has completed since then. We went down to about 42.60 when we were up at about 45.53 or so up here in this area. We had a good drop off. We can count a nice three-wave correction off of this. Now, a couple things that I'll kind of make note of here is, we really aren't really sure if this correction is completed. This is not impulsive. This is corrective. So is this part of a kind of an ending diagonal? It's very possible. It's possible that it is. But, in essence, this doesn't look like an impulse to me. However, I'm still counting it as a 1-2, and I'm doing that for a number of different reasons. So let's use our trend-based fib extension tool, which we use all the time. I'm going to start down here at the bottom, work my way to the top, and try and get as close as I can, then we get our pullback. All right, so what do we have from there? Now, we talk about algo targets all the time. So what happened? We had a nice reaction off of the 1618, and that was right here. And so I'm saying that we've got a nice 1, sharp 2, 3, and then we had a shallow 4, and then we should be going for a wave 5. Now, where's our target for wave 5? Honestly, it's pretty close. Our wave 5 target is nearly here right now. Now, I'm not saying that we should go and load up on shorts. The short positions that I've been taking have been risky, have been small risk, great reward type trades, and they haven't been working out. So I have to think about that as we go forward into this. We're already a month into the fourth quarter here at the end of the year, but I would expect that we're probably going to see a little more grind up. Right? I don't expect to see significant moves to the upside. Of course, our target is sitting up here at about 47.50 or so. It's only about 140 points away, 130 points away. So it wouldn't surprise me if we did see a move up to 47.50, 47.60. That's technically the target. If we were going to see that target, what I would want to see is I would want to see this wave 4 come out to about right here. And what that would look like, we'd have a nice move down, and then we'd see that move up. In my opinion, for us to thrust this high, this correction wasn't enough for it. I think we need to see a more complex correction, something in the form of an expanded flat, where we have a nice A, B, and then we have a C. We've seen this before, and that, in my opinion, would give us the strength needed to move up to that 47.60 target. I think we need to see a pullback before we see a thrust up in order to be able to realize this target up here at about 47.60. So a nice pullback to about 45.70 or so would be okay. Now, I'm not saying that this is the top and that we're not going to eke up just a little bit more. Still very possible for us to do that. But for us to thrust up to this target by the end of November or maybe the beginning of December, I think we need to get that pullback to about 45.70 to 45.75. Okay, let's take a look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq has been doing, honestly, it's been doing fantastic. And this is one where we have seen a little bit of a correction like we were just talking about, where we have a nice A, B, C. So we've already gotten that, in my opinion, on Nasdaq. We had a push up between the 1618 and the 175. Again, very similar. It looks like we have an ABC here. It looks like kind of like a correction into like an ending diagonal or leading diagonal. So from there, I see we've got a 1, and then we go back down here for the 2, and then we hit this target up here. You know, we had some resistance there, which we would expect to see. It's not uncommon for us to see some resistance between the 1618 and the 175. And from there, I think we go higher. You know, honestly, I do think that we have potentially from down here a nice 1-2 and then working on a 1-2. I'm saying that wave 5 here for Nasdaq is going to be about 16,325. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Now, what's the time frame for that? I'm saying that it's probably going to hit that sometime in the next couple weeks, which I'm in a hedge short position on Nasdaq. Wouldn't fare well for my my hedge short position on Nasdaq. But it is what it is. A couple things that I'll note here on the indicator. The weekly has crossed bullish, right? So the weekly, which is this white indicator, it's crossed bullish, and that happened last week sometime. So that looks okay, right? The weekly looks okay. The 12-hour, which is, you know, what this is, because NQ is almost a 24-hour asset, almost. You know, it's still in the bullish control zone, and it has been up here since October 15th. It's been in the bullish control zone, and that's exactly what it's been doing. It's been kind of moving up in a diagonal. It's been moving up, more than likely, in a channel of sorts. Let's go ahead and just kind of map this out. So we've got a nice channel that this is inside of. It's staying in this upper half of the channel, which is nice, where we were kind of below the channel, above the channel, below, above, below, hit the bottom, hit the top. Now we're staying above the median. So all in all, this doesn't look too bad. If we're going to go up to that target, what I want to see is I want to see a move up, pull back, retest it, and then hit that target. And then from there, then I think we can do that a bigger correction down before we move up higher. I am extremely bullish on Nasdaq and the S&P, even Dow Jones, going into probably May, June of next year. After that, all bets are off. But we are looking to get into some leap positions, low risk, high reward again, on some of these indexes. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. Again, I want to keep this short. I want to keep it to the point. On Bitcoin, let me get the right chart here. This is the one that I wanted to pull up right here. Okay, so we've talked about this before, right? We talked about the resistance up here where we had the rejection. We entered a corrective phase, and at about $41,000, I said, hey, we need to be buying. And why did I say that? Again, I've already kind of covered this, but let's just talk again. You know, we had a buy signal back here, but the 12-hour is moving down. Then we had the 12-hour just kind of moving sideways while we had a good buy signal back here. And it looked like we were creating a little bit of hidden bullish divergence. Things looked really, really good. So at about 41,000, I said, we need to be buying. So I hope you guys are still in some spot, because our target at the time was 73 to 75K. That continues to be the case. That hasn't changed. Okay? Resistance has been broken. That was this resistance right here at about 52,900. Now we're pulling back right now, right? As you can see, we're pulling back. We're about ready to hit 60,000 again. So this is actually interesting that we're catching this live right now. A nice pullback there. It actually went right to my my support zone almost exactly at about 59,800, and now we're already moving right up. Something must have just happened, either in stocks or in crypto. Something just happened just within the last 5 minutes or so that caused that. So that's a pretty significant pullback that we've seen. It's already recovered, you know, about $1,000 to $1,200-$1,300. It's already recovered a bit. So again, this looks pretty bullish. If we can maintain, and I know we're only about 2 minutes into this candle, if we can maintain closure up at about 61.9, 62,000, if we can maintain a closure up there by the end of the hour, I'd say this is extremely bullish. Let's just go ahead and zoom in on that here. This would remind me a lot of this candle back here. And again, back here, I said this was very bullish as well, right? So again, we're only 2 minutes in. A lot can happen in the next 58 minutes, But if we can close up here, or especially if we can close green, this is extremely bullish. And this could have been one of the last shakeouts before we see ourselves making again some new highs. And again, our highs right now are sitting at about 67,100, somewhere in that range. So all in all, that still looks okay. My target to the upside, and again, we were looking at this, and you can see I've already got this mapped out. And so far so good. My target is sitting right up here at about 72,800 to 73,000. I've got no reason to believe that the targets are any different right now. Yeah, we're going to have some of these wicks, but I mean, look at this in comparison to the grand scheme of things. Unless we have a wick that comes all the way down here to 53,000, this still looks okay to me. This still doesn't look bad. Yeah, we can have, these, we call them scam wicks every once in a while. All in all, this is still looking okay. We've got the weekly wave that's still in the bullish control zone. We've got the hourly, which is way down low, right? It's way down low. We've got the hourly wave. Now the 3 hour is still kind of heading down, but with this move, again, if we can close this candle above 62,000, this is great, because we've got a nice cross here on the hourly wave after a wick that just went all the way down to below 59,000. It went all the way down to, I take it back, where it went down to 59,813. That's where it went to. This looks okay. It actually looks like a probably some kind of a liquidation wick, stop hunts, whatever that may be. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on Bybit, which I don't really look at very often. Actually, that is this. Sorry, apologize. That is the exchange that I'm looking at. Let's take a look at BitMEX. See what BitMEX did. Very similar. It went down to, actually, it didn't even break 60,000. It went down to 60,014.50. So that looks to me like a liquidation hunt, a stop hunt, trying to find stops that were below 60,000. And the people on Bybit just got it. It looks like BitMEX is safe. They didn't get down that low. But again, as long as we can close above, I would say, again, I'd be looking for a close above 62,000. I think that's extremely bullish. I think that's extremely bullish, and we should be looking for prices to go much higher in the coming days. All right, guys, that's all that I've got for you right now. I wanted to keep it short, sweet, to the point. If you need access to our Discord, BitDoctor.org has all of the information that you need to get access to the Discord. We answer questions, we take trades, we do all kinds of things in there. And wherever you're in the world, I hope you're having a good day, a good night, and a good evening. Take care, everyone.